I'm not here to convince you to either vote for this government or not. The statistics is out there. Go and check. If you're comfortable with the statistics, vote for them. If you are not, do not. We should know that this difficulty, it was because some individuals went out there, voted, and some other higher individuals did some abracadabra. The more you see, the less you understand to bring out this result. I am a victim of this same trouble we are in. You are a victim. You don't need to be told what to do in the year 2027.
Hello and what's up, guys? In this video, we are stepping right into the heated voices coming from the north. Youths are now openly exposing Tinubu and warning Nigerians ahead of 2027. And trust me, what they are saying will shock you. One of the youths didn't mince words. He said clearly, "I am not here to convince you to vote or not. The statistics are there. If you are comfortable with them, vote. If not, don't." But we all know there is suffering in the land. We shouldn't be deceived again with 1,000 naira or a sachet of spaghetti or a bucket of rice just to vote. He went further to remind Nigerians about the Muslim ticket of 2023. He said he won against it then, but people didn't listen. And now, look at the hardship everywhere. According to him, if they come again in 2027 with the same religious card, Nigerians must have learned their lesson by now. But it didn't stop there. Another Northern youth painted a grim picture. He said, Nigerians today are united in hunger, united in poverty, and united in suffering. Yet, when it comes to choosing a leader to change things, we get divided again by tribe and religion. He explained how this mindset has kept the nation from progress. Competent leaders are being pushed aside, and instead we fall for empty promises. He reminded Nigerians of past presidents who vowed to fight corruption, but later became part of the corruption themselves. He even recalled how a president once promised steady light and said if he failed, he shouldn't seek re-election. Yet, here we are, still in darkness, and the same people are already talking about 2027. Guys, this is serious. The anger and frustration in the voices of these northern youths cannot be ignored. They are exposing the failures of the present system and warning Nigerians not to fall again for ethnic and religious manipulation in 2027. Guys, I will let you watch this video for yourself so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. Take a look, guys, and remember to share your thoughts after watching.
Top of the day, ladies and gentlemen. I hope this finds you well. I'm not here to convince you to either vote for this government or not. The statistics is out there. Go and check. If you're comfortable with the statistics, vote for them. If you are not, do not. We all know that there is suffering in the land, and you don't need to be told to either collect 1,000 or one sachet of spaghetti or a mood of rice to go and vote for someone. You don't need to be told because of the hardship in the land. Usually what they use is religion. That was the same instrument they used in the 2023 election. Muslim ticket. Look at where we are. I spoke against it that time. Yes, I spoke against it, but people did not listen. Look at where we are now. So come 2027, if they tell you to go and do the Muslim ticket, I'm sure you must have learned, right? I personally am a victim of the just crisis twice, in 2001 and in 2010. Our house was burnt twice. I escaped death twice. But guess what? That particular crisis taught me tolerance. I did not use what happened in that crisis to quantify other Christians around Nigeria. No. I have a lot of Christian friends and associates. The same thing. You are not going to use what a specific Muslim have done to you to stereotype other Muslims. But usually this is what the politicians use in dividing us. Going back, putting in sentiments and religion. And the most terrible part is the religious clerics have been bought. So if you are banking on what the pastors and the clerics and the Islamic clerics and the imams are going to tell you, if you are solely banking on that, then there's every possibility that you are also on a highway to failure, because most of them have been bought. I'm not saying all of them. We have some real, true religious clerics that are true to it. They say the truth how it is, but most of them have been bought. So if you want to go and also be in that party, in that bandwagon of listening to what the religious clerics are going to tell you, Muslim ticket or Christian ticket, you are on your own. We should know that this difficulty, it was because some individuals went out there, voted, and some other higher individuals did some abracadabra. The more you see, the less you understand to bring out this result. I am a victim of this same trouble we are in. You are a victim. You don't need to be told what to do in the year 2027. I'm not here to beg you. I'm not here to tell you, please, you know what to do. No, the sufferings should let you understand. The sufferings in the land should let you understand that there is a change that you need to enact in 2027. I'm not going to say much, but let's learn not to stereotype, and let's do what our heart tells us. Walk with your conscience. Time is running. Peace and love.
Now, this is the dilemma of the Nigerian situation at the moment. The fact is, majority of Nigerians at the moment are united in hunger, united in poverty, united in harsh conditions of living. But at the same time, majority of Nigerians are not united in regards to the person or the system that will bring about that change. Because when a person is introduced and presented to be that person that will bring about a change to that situation, the person is now graded and considered on the basis of things that doesn't make us progress as a country. It is actually viewed, one, from the aspect of the tribe he comes from. Secondly, religious inclination. And in judging a person based on that now, you can never get the most competent and the most desired person to bring about that change. Secondly, Nigerians have been scammed for quite a very long time by past leaders, past public office holders. Talk has been bastardized, talk has been made cheap by past leaders that have now resulted into a situation where even when they talk now, no Nigerians believe in what they are saying. No Nigerians believe, and considering the fact that their talks is not a legal tender, it can be tendered in the court of law, talking about manifestos. No matter how beautiful, no matter how wonderful a manifesto is, no Nigerian accept and believe that now. We have seen situations in the past where leaders desirous of the presidential seat have come out to say that they are going to fight corruption, and at the end of the day, corruption end up fighting them, or they become the corruption themselves. We have seen a situation at the moment where the president has promised that there is going to be adequate supply of light, and if that doesn't happen, you shouldn't be elected for the second time. And the situation is electricity have not been provided, and here we are still debating and canvassing for the person to continue. Right? Thirdly, the top contenders of the presidential seat at the moment seems to be people that are not revolutionary in nature. Now, when I talk about a revolutionary leader, let's address that. Who is a revolutionary leader? A revolutionary leader, as far as Nigeria's situation is concerned at the moment, will be that leader or that candidate, that presidential candidate that will look at Nigerians into their eye and tell them that he is ready to relinquish, one, the power for him to appoint the chief judge. Number two, he should be able to be bold enough to tell Nigerians that on ascension of the presidential seat, that no public office holder will travel abroad for medical treatment or vacation. Thirdly, a revolutionary leader must be that leader that will look Nigerians in their eyes and tell them that he is going to make sure that no corrupt allegation case will linger in the courts for more than 6 months or a year. A revolutionary leader must definitely be the person that will equally say that states must get equal to what they generate and produce. That is to say, equal work for equal pay. But having said this, now you will begin to wonder, okay, should we maintain status quo with the present leadership? My answer will still remain no. And why do I say this? My reason is just simply based on the fact that in as much as the system is still not optimal and good enough, the common man should not be deprived of his voice to equally ensure that, according to Newton's third law of motion, that for every work there's an equal and opposite reaction. That is to say, the masses should be able to disabuse the minds of the politicians in regards to the fact that the presidential seat is an automatic seat for 8 years, based on the fact that it's your region's time or any other factor. So in regards to the agitation for a good governance, the idea generally is geared towards making a statement that mediocrity will never be celebrated, and the coming back or the continuation of a president at any point in time will be determined according to his performance. And when you put the performance of any government on the basis of on just one factor, which is the fight against corruption, because believe me or not, if we're to have a president, a presidency that is willing to fight corruption no matter who is involved, I am telling you, 90% of Nigeria's problem is over. But I think it's actually a very hard thing to do by our present leaders and even past, considering the fact that it will be a situation of fighting a system that they are benefiting from, or fighting a system that makes them who they are. And at the same time, they will be careful not to make such statements, because they know that with the existing system, they are going to bank heavily on corrupt individuals in different public office positions to ensure their success towards achieving presidency. But once again, I still insist there is need for change till we get it right. And lastly, this change we're yearning for, we're hoping for, it all begins with you. Imagine a situation where everybody behaves the way you are behaving at the moment. Will you actually tell yourself sincerely that if everybody behaves the way you are behaving at the moment, Nigeria will be a better country or not? Please ask yourself that.
You see the game Tinubu is trying to play. Tinubu is trying to make Nigeria believe that 2027 is going to be the South and the North. That is the game he's trying to cook. He has already allowed his associate to campaign for a united Southern Nigeria ahead of 2027. He's trying to make the game look like it is the South versus the North in 2027. But the reality on ground still remains that it is Nigeria versus Tinubu and APC. And let me tell you something. If truly Tinubu is campaigning for a united Southern Nigeria, or it wanted to make the game look like it is the South versus the North, let's look at it this way. Now pick your phone or pick your calculation. Let's calculate together. How many appointments did Tinubu give to the people of the Southwest? How many appointments? Now ask yourself. Now let's come to the South-South. How many appointments did Tinubu give it to the South-South compared to the Southwest? Then let's come to the Southeast. What is the number of appointments Tinubu gave to the people of Southeast? Because we believe the southern part of Nigeria was sectioned into three: the Southeast, the Southwest, and the South-South. If truly that he wanted to make it the South versus the North, why is it that most of his appointments go to the Southwest and Lagos particularly? And these are the people I'm going to pity the most, the Southeast. If Southeast buy to the ideas of this South-South agenda of Tinubu trying to push, the person I'm going to pity the most, the section or the region, it is the Southeast. And let's look at it in the second scenario. Tinubu knows something like a united Southern Nigeria in 2015. No. He did not just remove a Southern president. He protested against him. We should not forget history, right? So he knows something like Southern Nigeria. And the last but not the least, APC have nothing to give Nigeria. They have nothing to campaign with apart from division, trying to divide Nigeria by using tribalism, religions, and regionalism. Because they have nothing to campaign with. They wanted to divide the attentions of Nigeria from seeing their failure in 2027 election to think the election of 2027 is going to be one region versus another region, or one tribe versus another tribe. But that's not the reality on ground. So we have seen the strategies already. This is the strategies in which he's using what is called division methods of politics. And it is only a failure. It is only a failed leader that do that kind of pattern. What do you think about Tinubu? Do you want it in a united Southern Nigeria versus a united Northern Nigeria, or you wanted Nigeria to take back their country by removing APC in 2027? Your conversation is
2 years ago, in Delta State, the then APC presidential candidate mocked his opponent, Peter Obi. He said, "Na statistics we go chop." He was too ashamed to even call his name Peter Obi. Well, today, Nigerians are not only chewing on statistics, we are choking on them without food or jobs. In July 2025, Nigeria stands tall, but not for the right reasons. We are now ranked as one of the hungriest nations on earth. Over 100 million Nigerians live in multi-dimensional poverty. Yet, our Vice President just boarded a jet to Ethiopia to attend the UN Food Systems Summit, aimed at ending hunger by 2030. But here's the irony. How can Nigeria fight hunger globally when it's multiplying it at home? If the goal of the summit is to end hunger, then Nigeria is already in the breach of the first requirement, honesty and will. Because to solve the problem, you must tell the truth. But the Tinubu administration is now feeding Nigerians not with food, but with false statistics. From wrong unemployment figures, to fake inflation metrics, to the controversial GDP rebasing, all to paint a fantasy picture of economic growth while the real people suffer, starve, and migrate out of frustration. But here's the deeper danger. You cannot govern what you cannot count. How do you plan for a country when you don't know how many people live in it? The last census in Nigeria was conducted in 2006, almost 20 years ago, and even the data is widely disputed. Since then, every policy has been running on guesswork and politics, not evidence, no data. Let me show you a tragic outcome of this ignorance, the product of non-statistical government where data is an enemy and incompetence is optional. Take a listen.
The Edo State 2025 appropriation bill of 6 billion, 605 billion, 76 million, 76, let me take it again, 506 billion, 605 billion, sorry, 776 billion, sorry, it's confusing me.
He says the thing is confusing me. Well, sir, we are equally confused. Confused about how someone this unprepared holds such a critical position. Confused about how a nation of brilliant minds keeps being governed by people who can't read their own budgets. Confused about how we expect accountability when basic numeracy is a hurdle. But it's no longer just confusion, it is now a national emergency. How can a governor who cannot read figures plan for pension, employment, or education? This administration is more interested in how it looks. So, instead of planning the economy, it rebases the GDP to impress global investors. Instead of delivering results, it quotes spreadsheet that does not match reality. And yet, the man they mocked, Peter Obi, keeps repeating a simple truth. Governance is not rocket science. It is not gambling. It requires sincerity of purpose, character, competence, capacity, and compassion, the 4 C's. A government that does not count its people cannot care for its people. A nation that cannot tell the truth to itself cannot fix itself, because we cannot govern what we cannot count. It's a truth at a time. Take care and have a nice day.